Yeah, buddy. What's up, people? It's fucking champ season out here. Yes, yes, yes. It's your boy VJ, and welcome back to This Podcast Made Me. And yes, I made this podcast, and I sure fucked up my intro, but fuck it. No one gives a fuck, and fuck rules, right, people? We don't have to do shit that we don't want to do. And I wanted to do it right, but I fucked it up, so I'm gonna just play it off like fuck it. Actually, I wasn't even thinking about it. The intro, whatever. All over the place already. Thought I wasn't high enough, sat down. Think I'm high enough. Um, what the fuck was I saying? Oh, weird thought right before I started recording. How weird would it be to record a solo podcast but wear my headphones? Wear headphones to listen to it. But then, that actually doesn't sound that crazy because I guess you hear your audio in the end product. Fucking dumb. Shouldn't have brought it up. Yesterday was Mother's Day, so I hope all of you had a good one. Said hi to your moms. I put this shit on fucking mute and a different way, and it's not working. Talking about my phone. But yeah, I think I hope you guys had a fucking great time with your moms. Hope you guys have good moms. I just tell people I don't have a mom. Really, if I'm cool with them, I get into it. So we'll get into it here. Mom's a piece of shit. We won't ever really talk about her. She just comes up randomly, as parents do sometimes. They're sort of important. But yeah, my mom's a piece of shit. Pretty much physically and mentally tortured me for my entire childhood until I could get out, till I was about 17. She couldn't really physically torture me after I was about 13, and spazzed out on her one time and pushed her when she was trying to act up and fuck me up for no reason like she used to do. But before that, from 0 to 13, I was getting beat repeatedly, for no reason. Like, I was actually a pretty ideal kid. Got super good grades, never really acted up. I mean, I got beaten into to acting right, and becoming a people pleaser, and whatever. It didn't fucking save me from getting beat. When I was 6 years old, my mom had my dad tells me these stories. My mom had a fly swatter, a brand new plastic fly swatter. Now, a lot of times, if you look at a fly swatter, it's all one piece of plastic, and at the end of the handle, sometimes they have this ball, this weird plastic ball at the end. Maybe it's like an extension of the handle. Well, she flipped it backwards, and on my 6-year-old head, hit me with that shit so hard, brand new with the tag on, that plastic ball broke off. And I was 6 years old. My dad said I wasn't really doing anything. Um, she also picked me up by my face around 5 or 6, like this, and then dug her nails in and pulled them across my face. And my dad used to joke that they were whiskers because for several years I used to have like 3 lines on my face like this because that stupid bitch scarred me when I was a kid for once again doing nothing. And as a matter of fact, most of them healed, thank God, but you could still sort of see a light line, a little part right here on my face. On one of the sides of my face, I think it's that side. She's a bitch. She's a psycho. My dad knew from the very first day he decided to forego um, a relationship where he's in love with this Filipino woman already in America, and she would have learned our mother tongue Tamil so that that our Indian language Tamil so that she could have got along with our family in India, which was important to my dad. So important, apparently, he made his primary mistake in life and decided to get an arranged marriage because he thought it would be easier for his mom rather than making that decision for himself. If you're making relationship fucking decisions, it's for you. Period. That's how it should be. You can't fucking sacrifice for fucking pleasing someone else. You're the one that's gonna have to live with the consequences. My dad didn't understand that. Sometimes I wonder if he even understands how much of a mistake it was in the first place. I think he does. Actually, I know he does. But my mom was like 19. My dad, I think, was like 30, 28 or something. And from the day that they actually got married, he knew that it wasn't going to work from that very night. And that guy, with all the willpower and tenacity and completely misguided approach, because he wasn't selfish enough to fix it almost, or too weak to fix it, or didn't know what to do, because at that time, divorces were highly frowned on, even sort of in America, but especially in India, still are. He just held on for fucking like 22 years. Had me to try to save the marriage. Dumb. Don't have kids to save your relationship. It'll staple you and fuck it up. If it's already not working early, cut and run. The best lesson in life, one of the best lessons in life, I learned from a TV show. Actually, I learned from it before, but no lesson or piece of work had ever taught me as much as Sopranos, to nip the problem in the bud. Seriously, that is the number one lesson in Sopranos. That's what causes everything in the end to go bad. So you gotta fucking, even if it's gonna be painful, you can't take your kids through that. My dad was incredulous at the amount of dam- um, damage that our mom would give me and my sister. And the craziest thing is that I would get it on a much higher, more intense level. Because my mom had some love for my sister, probably because she was a female. But to her, I was like a direct representation of my father, who she hated. And she hated him immediately. This fucking guy just slept next to it and had 3 kids with that. Let his kids get beat and just smiled, didn't know what to do. I know what I would do if my kids were getting beat by any bitch, even their fucking mom. I know what I would do. Take them away. End this shit. Do something. There's no way anyone's gonna lay hands on my kids when and if I have them. Seriously, this shit's ridiculous. And then my mom is so much of a psychopath. She just lies. She's a, what's it called? Not a habitual liar, but she just fuck, that word was almost like a compulsive liar. But she knows when she's doing it. She'll just lie. She'll beat your ass up one day, and an hour later, be like, that never happened. I'll get my ass beat. You're eating your Cheerios too slow. The next day, I get my ass beat. You're eating them too fast. That literally happened. She tried to make me eat food off the ground. Even then, I'll just take the fucking beating and go. And I'll be like, somehow I knew from when I was young, I was like, you're just going to save your life, all right? You're going to, don't let her win and don't fuck it up. And to be honest, most of my life, I've been as soon as I hit an adult, I've been a fuck up. I've always had good intentions and an amazing amount of skills, but just always pushed the limit too far, gambled on too many things, thought God or was on my side, or I was divine. And the real fucking truth is that you gotta plan meticulously and be disciplined to make it out here, no matter how skilled you are. You gotta work hard every day. And it has to work. It all has to tie together. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. And it has to be built on your natural abilities and desires for you to construct your life. Like, your life can be a construction. even under circumstances when I was coming up under my bitch ass biological mother, which I have no mom. I really don't. I've never had a mom. If I had anything of a motherly energy, it's from my father. Because my father, is a caring dude, but he has more of a masculine energy. He's stern and he is, especially when you're younger, came from it was strong. You know what I'm saying? And his willpower is indomitable to this day. So he just comes off like I didn't have a mother. I had a torturer and a father who didn't protect me enough. But it's cool. I still love my pops. Like he just didn't know what he was doing. It's easier for me to see because I went through it. It's easier for me to see what a kid shouldn't be through. Not to say that I know how to raise kids, but it's something I've been thinking about my whole life, even as a kid. How not to perpetuate that pain. My mom wasn't beat as a kid. She was the youngest of a pretty powerful family from a jungle town, but a pretty powerful like farming jungle farming town in India. And I mean, she got out of there by the time she was 19. She didn't know anything about that shit. She was just babied her whole life. Then all of a sudden came to America and didn't just thought her life was like an like a Bollywood movie, and that it was all supposed to be given to her, and that her husband was, um, in essence, like trying to imprison her and make him do what she wanted, and her kids were torturing her because having them came with extra responsibilities. Hey, you stupid bitch. That's the fucking thing. Me and my sister used to have bitter arguments about who got treated worse. And I'm like, you can't even say that. Because my sister would do some things that were worthy of punishment when we were younger. Um, one time, to cut the story short, well, fuck it. She won't care because so long ago. And I love my sister. Me and her, she's my best friend. She'd have to be my best friend. Always has been really, but we had a falling out because you know the way that our family is built on a foundation of ashes. If there's a strongest generation, in my opinion, it's ours right now. We have the most ability, and we're in the place to kill it. America. We're not in India stuck in the jungle. Like we can rise, and we are rising. Like here we are. Results from India. This podcast, I'm talking to you. Let's get it. Don't worry, I'm gonna lighten the mood. But whenever it comes to Mother's Day, this shit has to be known. This is why mothers must be championed. Because if you're a good mom, or you're at least trying, I'm seriously trying and improving. I know it's a hard job. It has to be a hard job. But if you're doing it right and attempting to improve every day, which is a lot of doing it right because we all make mistakes, then you need to be commended and praised. And there will be times where your spouses, your exes, and your children won't respect you enough for it. But that's because they don't know what it's like to not have that energy. Okay? But I do. And so when I see good mothers or good women, it's inspiring in a different way because I'll never have that energy truly. Even if I get a motherly wife, I'll feel it, but I'll never have. There's just things about me that make me completely different than everyone else. This is one thing. I don't have a mom. I have a biological pussy that I fucking crawled my way out of into a 17-year plus hell, which then, because I can't say because, but then I think there's a tie-in. I went and constructed another 15-year hell for myself because Why the fuck not? I am going to kill this fucking phone, dude. Fuck off. Everyone just fucking fuck off. I'm pissed right now. Yeah, because I went into the street and I started just, just doing fucking crazy shit. Fucking drinking too much, doing too many drugs, all that shit. Don't even want to get into it further. Luckily, not really struggling with any of that. Even though, yeah, not really struggling with any at all. Smoking weed, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Alcohol, I gotta watch out for. I can, have a couple drinks here and there if I want, but other than that, no. Like, can't. I'm not even interested in indulging. I'm interested in pursuing my passions and getting this money up. Because the things I really fucking love to do is produce content like this that comes straight from the heart. In some ways, it's therapeutic. In some ways, I think it might help somebody. Just, just know that you know you're not alone. There's a lot of us who think that we have fucking bad problems, and we do. They're just not that bad. Not even mine. Look, what's my mom tell me to do now? Nothing. We all come from those problems. You might see the tie-ins. Today is still your fucking day. All right. Happy after Mother's Day, you fucking champs. Because this is the fucking day that it fucking is. This podcast is gonna be weird because I have up some more other shit to say too. Because this other day is actually really special to me for another fucking reason. But I'll get to that in a second. My sister and I used to always argue about who had it the worst for a little bit when we were out of the clutches of my mom and we are trying to recover. Because everyone always wants to make the feeling of being a victim is very comforting to people, especially victims. So to be a victim and to come from that angle, you want to feel like you have had it the worst. I still hate the fact that I still have a piece of me that wants to feel like I have the biggest chip on my shoulder and fuck everyone, no one can touch me. I'm always come with that energy just because that's how it is. With most people, and 98% of the cases, that's going to be fucking true, at least in fucking America. Okay? But bro, I've lived in fucking India. I've lived in the jungle. I would take the torture that I went through to be here and have this opportunity. It made me who I am. It made me stronger. It made me slightly crazy, which gives me an advantage. I'm not like most people. If you've had the love of a mom, even if it's been snatched away and she died early, RIP and God bless all the moms that did that were good. Um, Hopefully you had it for a little bit. But if you didn't, you weren't tortured by it. And if you were, you're not alone. And guess what? If you were, but you're alive and there's been other people who've looked like you who fucking made it to where you want, you can fucking get it, dude. Hopefully you're walking, hopefully you're healthy enough, hopefully you didn't sustain too many injuries and you can make the moves that you want. Okay? Because it's all in, like I said before, the discipline and the fucking desire that's truly innately in you and tying that all in. I don't know how we're getting from my mom to what you should do in life. I'm not a fucking preacher, but this is just how I live. And hopefully it helps some of you that are obsessed with your fucking pain. Because to be honest, it's disgusting and it's not productive. Yesterday, a person was here, always complaining about their fucking life, trying to fucking put the fucking claim that their life was shit. And I just laughed. And I was like, you don't know anything about me. I was like, the fact that you say that to people when you don't know about their history is insane because people can have gone through anything. People could be accidental murder. They could do so much different shit. I just looked at her, heard about her pain. Oh, I hear you. Yeah. One of my business partners' father-in-law is probably going to die Monday, which is today. And she just looked at me and I was like, I'm dead ass serious. Brain tumor. And she just looked at me. I was like, Whose life is the worst? His, his wife's, his daughter's? They just looked at me and I was like, exactly. But I'll tell you this right now, we wouldn't want to trade places. I hate people who play the victim game, and that means I hate myself sometimes too. I ain't gonna fucking lie. Because the thing is, if you do that, you're just masturbating your feelings because you like it that way. You know what I'm saying? While it might seem perverse and crazy to most people, like, yo, you want to be powerful, you want to be strong. Hey, some people like dildos in their fucking ass, or like to self asphyxiate while they have tie hookers jerking them off. That's their fucking style, but it's the fucking truth. The thing is it productive? Hey, if you're gonna get your nut that way, as long as you're not gonna die, sounds alright with me. But definitely playing the victim card has never gotten anyone ahead. Not long term. It might have got someone laid. Definitely has got a lot of people laid. I'll play the victim card, get laid, fuck it. But I'm not gonna play it or fucking tell my friends about how bad my fucking life is. This is the spot I'll say anything really about it because I'm done talking about that shit to other people. Like I said, half the reason I have this podcast is so I can shut the fuck up in front of other people. I mean, I can, but I hate fucking not having an outlet to fucking just let go of some of this shit and hope it lands somewhere. Because I can tell you this, a lot of the people I deal with are either super homies who get it and already know, or people I just do business with who fuck them. You know what I'm saying? If I just do business with you, that means that the trial of getting you to be a homie, that never worked. If it was only set to be done business with initially, we good, and I love you and thank you. Let's continue to do business forever. But a lot of people try to start doing business or build a fucking company or some shit under the guise of friendship, or fucking run off with your money under the guise of fucking trust. And you know, that was just not going to be there, and they were never going to be changed from who they were, a piece of shit. And so that leads to the second topic. Today is May 14th. Let me double check that. Yep. A round of applause for me because a year ago, I was released from prison. Sorry if that hurt your ears. I love you. And bill me for the tinnitus. Actually, don't. Um, yeah, I wasn't locked up for that long. 4 months, but still 4 months. 4 months in there feels like fucking longer than this whole year that passed. It probably feels like probably when a year and a half goes outside, that's how 4 months to me feels inside, actually. It's different. And there, it was weird because we were in a place where we were pretty close to the city in Florence. Florence is maybe like 40 miles away from Phoenix, maybe like 30, maybe even closer. But it was weird being stuck in these fences and these walls, looking up at the sun and seeing it set over there where your city's at, but you're playing by a complete different set of rules. These childish schoolyard rules, and you're in a different alien world where you can't get what you want. Just things look different, everything's different, people talk different. What matters is different. It's fucking weird. But yep, came out. Only got maybe 6 or 7 months of probation left. Things are going well. That means I got out, and I mean, business things I've been working on that we weren't even sure if we were going to get licensed or get permits to do so. We got them now. We're actively in business. A year ago, that was just up in the air to see if I passed criminal background checks. Like, this shit's weird. It's good. And I realized since today was gonna be today, if like last week, Today is the day we launched the fucking podcast, people. And we're fucking back! Sorry to start off on such a somber note, but it had to be known mothers are for good mothers, not for all of them. You know what I'm saying? Mother's Day, excuse me, is for good mothers, not for all of them. Why? Because some of them suck a dick. And not their husband's dick, which they should, or, if they swing just random dick, which they should. But I mean, they should suck the figurative dick, which is worse, which is all of the fucking crap in life and deadly toxins right in that gullet, sit on it, and die. All of you bitches. My mom's not alone. There's several terrible mothers. You know what I'm saying? Throw their fucking babies in a trash can, kill their fucking kids in a car, knowing that they shouldn't just because it's cumbersome. Being a mom, being a parent is cumbersome. This is one reason why I might not have kids for a while. Shit, I would love to have a kid. I don't know if I'm going to be ready anytime soon. Or I'll have to rely on someone who understands my grind and can partner with me correctly and be a good mom. And honestly, when it comes to the handling of the house stage, role, really handle that. Not to say I wouldn't be there for my kids every day, for every major function or whatever. But the thing is, I got some things I gotta do, and I think my skills are set a particular way, and I have promises and money that I gotta make, and I gotta push it. There's a million reasons. It's for me. It's for the experience of this one life to see how far I can push it. It's fucking to get all these talents that I have out rather than die with them. We're so fucking blessed to have this fucking internet shit and be able to put shit out. I mean, it would honestly, it would be crazy if this podcast didn't get even some cult followership at some point in my life. But I think I could even live with it if the shit became big after I died. As long as I got some sort of following that actually entertained people or helped people. Just gotta laugh. That's all that matters, even though this fucking first 30 minutes has been not even tear dropping, just probably made most of you feel sick because you didn't know that moms could be that bad. So happy that 85% of moms, 90% of moms, maybe even 95% of moms naturally love their kids. Maybe it's 90. So it's so even if they fuck up, they try to do it better. Even if they neglect, there's some love that's coming from somewhere. I got no love from that bitch. We sometimes it would be so incredulous, the shit that was happening, that we would just stop and laugh. That's happened 2 or 3 times where she was being so vicious and I was being, this is when I was older and I was just not gonna fucking have any of it. Yo, shut the fuck up! Dude, this fucking phone. Hold on. No. I'm sorry, guys. I'm fucking done with this shit. I don't give 2 fucks. Don't add me to a fucking... Oh my fucking god. These fucking people have time to text when they should be working. I'm out here trying to fucking work and they fucking can't even fucking mute my goddamn phone. I don't know how to. That's so dumb. That's the oldest thing I've ever fucking said. I try to mute it and it goes off. iPhone, thanks. Turn the ringer all the way down, still got a little bar. Scrolled from the bottom up. Oh, there's a volume thing. Mute. Didn't work. Probably for the headphone jack. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, so awesome. It's a good day. It's a good day. First day out. I feel. First day out. That's almost like the first day out. That piece of shit that ran off with the money. He picked me up, and then he told me that he didn't have a single dime for me today. And I was like, well, that's the only thing that could sort of make today not perfect, but because I'm out of that hellhole, I'm not really that mad at you. I'm definitely fucking irritated at him now, but he just played himself for the piece of shit that he is. He'll never become anything. And even if he does, he's a piece of shit. Piece of shit. Because I'll reveal who you are and run on your coattails, you fuck boy. If you make it, that's the worst thing for you, dude. I got recordings. I got you being a dummy. I'll cut them up. Do whatever, man. You're a piece of fucking shit. And you don't have the strength of personality like I do to come out from under that. Because you an idiot. That's just naturally who you are. Bow down. Stab people in the back and blame them. This podcast is going straight dark, huh, peeps? Maybe hitting the pen will make it better, huh? And checking the topics, because we hit the first two. I thought I was going to go in on the prison one a lot longer. Nope. I think we're done with that. God, these are so terrible. These are trash. I don't know if I touched on this before, but I'm going to say it real quick and then delete it. Yeah, so I figured out the phrase that you can do to really insult white people. It sort of works on every race. But we can really do it with fucking white people, because the word cracker and shit just doesn't work that well for them, you know? The word cracker and shit, it's just white people just don't get a lot of shit, you know? And so like for them cracker, they're like, yeah, oh, what'd you call me? Oh, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like Nazi means more, but then if they know they're not a Nazi, easily struggleable, right? But the thing that I realize that insults them, just like it insults most people, is when you say that they're too or so white. Dude, you know when you were dancing out there last night? That shit was so white, dude. You know, of course you would think that way, man. It's because you're so white, so fucking white. Bro, you won't get it. You're too white. Wait, I think I just said that twice. Um, Bro, the reason you got fucking dropped on that crossover is because you white as fuck. I mean, it works if you like, you know, use it with any race. Like you'd be like, bro, all of it. I just realized I'm going to be insulting a lot of races right now, so I apologize to white people and everybody else. White people and all races of people. But they could be like, bro, of course you can dunk. You were so black. You know what I'm saying? Of course your SAT scores weren't good, man. You're pretty black. You know, just as soon as you add that extra, they take it seriously. And I was testing it this weekend, and yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Talk about almost getting in fights with people who love you. That's what I was doing because I just wanted to see. Man, social experimenting is fucking one of my weaknesses. Sometimes I just treat, especially if people are shitheads, bad, but sometimes I do it with people I love. It's weird. Do you ever like someone who's fucking irritating? Not like them, but do you ever like think someone's sort of cool, but every time you hang out with them, they irritate you? But then as soon as they leave, you like them, and then they come, and you're like, why do I even like this person? And then they leave you, and you're like, oh, I should probably call that guy. Super cool. And then you hang out with them, and you're like, what the fuck? I'll never be seen again with that person. And then you invite them to your birthday party. What the fuck is that about? And then the opposite version where a person you have a relationship with a person, and um you act like you like them. When you see them, it's always sort of good, but when they leave, you fucking hate them. That's usually, I think, has to do with jealousy a lot of times, and just not being happy with where you were. The other one just has to do with just being airhead. You know what I'm saying? It has to do with being just a sour candy that's only sour for 3 seconds. But damn, there's sour um flavoring on those airheads. Damn, they got it right for the first 3 seconds. That shit's banging, and then it goes away. Yo, them shits was like money when we were younger. Like you could get, yeah, them shits was like money. Those are just like gum and mint. Like you pull them out, all your homies are asking for them. And I know I talked about that before, but I miss those days where you could just ask for shit and people would give it to you. They'd give you the look like, oh yeah, really? I got this gum. Yeah, I got another piece. Here you go. Out of my five. Here's the second one. Now I got down to three. 40% down. Just learned fractions yesterday and you're 40% down. Fuck. Why are you fucking me over 40%? It's crazy. It's crazy, dog. What if I just. It's so hard to make, to get in the groove of making like comedy videos, I realized. I started fucking around with making some in like, after I got out, maybe in like July it was. And boy, the first ones are terrible. Now they're a little bit better, but they come out slower. Some, you have to learn these things. It's very obvious, actually. It becomes obvious. Like going on stage, like you might think you're gonna kill it. You're gonna have to learn this shit. You have to at least be practicing in a way. Like lately, because I've been studying it more and like playing it in my head more about going on stage and doing some stand up. I can see it. I can sort of see it. Um, I mean, I'm definitely gonna bomb. Like I bomb in front of people all the time when I be making them laugh. It's funny too. Yesterday, like I had my homie. There were a couple here, and I'm just what I feel like killing it, and the dude's dying laughing, and the girl can't because she's too sensitive. That's actually been a pretty common theme. I mean, if a girl laughs at my shit and she loves it, oh, she's a keeper. But they're rare. And if I find them, oh, I want to get that consent to rape immediately. You know what I'm saying? Give me that consent to rape you, girl, so we could do this consensual rapage, which is just normal sex. You fucking people, don't put me in no Me Too shit. Everyone's so sensitive. I don't even know. I don't even know what type of jokes you can really say, but I know as a nobody you can say whatever. And I'm gonna just say whatever forever, really. It's a fucking joke. It's comedians. We should be allowed that, and I can't even give myself that title because I've never hit the stage and I've never done anything except I have another podcast with hundreds of videos, hundreds of episodes that fuck watching that shit. This shit is way better. I mean, that shit was fire, but you just listen to people who don't know what the fuck they're doing talk all the time. And I mean, sometimes there's gold from that. But I mean, there's just so many fucking agendas sometimes that it's just completely crazy. I'm going to murder people. These guys I got some homies talking about this like little hustle that we had and how we could make it a big business now, right? And we were just talking about how we missed the timing, and they've been just texting back and forth in this fucking group chat about how we could do it. Both of you fuckers should be at work, and I'm not sure about all this shit. What if I just ended the podcast right there? Dead silence. I was like, I'm not sure about this shit. And that was the last episode ever. Launched it, never an episode again. Not gonna happen. Unless they take me out, not gonna happen. I even go to Oregon this week. I'm gonna come back. It'll be Monday. I'm gonna record and put out another one. All I gotta do is do a little this, make a little love, get down tonight. I don't know that. I don't know if these are the words. Get down tonight. Make up your tongue. It's my song for them champs. What the fuck am I doing? I don't know what the fuck that was. Oh my god, can we wrap this up, producer? No. Yeah, at least another 10 to 20 minimum. Alright, bitch nigga. Um, Here's something I was thinking. Have any of you champs played video games? Well, I have. And I was thinking about how video games become, at least the characters become somewhat important to us. You know? I don't know if as many people liked James Bond as much as I did coming up, but they all seem to like it a lot. The franchise a lot after GoldenEye came out. They stepped in the man's shoes. Who the fuck is Master Chief? Oh, my pal, my friend, my my hero. Wow. When you call a dude your hero, it sounds gay as fuck. But my hero? It's pretty weird. But I've noticed people have more loyalty to their video game characters than they do their friends. A lot of them. Dude, the new God of War came out. I'm gonna go get it. Bro, Halo 6 is coming out in like 3 years, man. They're gonna fix the glitches, bro. Hey, man, you ever played Assassin's Creed? First of all, I get it. These games are dope. They sort of do exercise your mind. Good reliever of stress. Kevin Spacey proved it pre-scandal and the House of Cards. Even the president will do it, dog. And I mean, I know it. I played one video game primarily, Halo. Halo 5, I think it is right now. At my homie's house. I don't even have an Xbox. I'm looking at a Nintendo 64 my dad threw in here and told me to go fuck myself and dipped. Hey, son. Yeah? Yeah, stopping by. Take this shit. What? Why? What the fuck? I don't have no space here. Ah, oh, so you're fucking you right. You only have a 1 bedroom apartment, and we're staying in your 3 bedroom house, but we need to use your closet. Huh? But yeah, take your fucking shit. But the house, I thought it was. Yeah, I know. Thanks for letting us, um, you know, hooking us up a little bit with it and allowing us to get it on the low low. But fuck you. Like, okay. Man, I'm just dropping family knowledge all day to here. This is terrible. I don't think I'm ever talking about my family again. Actually, I do love them though. Love you, pops. Love you, Thiluk. Love you, sister. You know, I was just thinking I should tell if I love my stepmom, and I like her. I like her. I don't know if I love her. Because everyone in my family has problems with her. So, moms. Don't know what to do with them. And most people would finish that with, and don't know what to do without them. But I do know what to do without them because that's all I know. So, moms, don't know what to do with them. Ah, Mother's Day. When's that? What did I get from my mom? That's like my response when people ask me, hey, what'd you do for Mother's Day? Yeah, yeah. Fucking video games characters, right? Yeah. Pew pew! Literally, anyone could ask me about that. It could be The Rock. Be like, oh, what'd you do for Mother's Day, brother? And I'd be like, ha! I'm gonna fuck up this meeting, guy. Ha! Yeah! That's actually, I just realized saying that now, I just give myself a present. Because while that's my natural inclination, it could only cost me. And that means the curse that my mom tried to enact on me as a kid would have some value still. Because that means that her power still has some control. Because a bitch would always say, you ain't gonna be shit, nothing, beat me up. Like, it was constant. I didn't get a good word from that bitch ever. Ever. I'm telling you, I'll get an A minus on like, a quarterly report card, and I would hatch a plan to go to my mailbox and rip the shit up. Oh, it didn't get sent. And I'm telling you, I had straight A's even through most of college until my junior year in college, straight A's. At that point, I just didn't give a fuck. So this is the guy, A plus, A plus, A plus, A minus. I'm throwing away that card. I've done it plenty of times. For a quarterly, not even your end of your shit. Because I'll get my ass beat as if I got fucking F's. All F's. My sister would come through with B's, C's, and shit. And they'd be like, oh, good job. We could do better next time. And they're like, where's your report card? I'm like, I think they lost it. A plus, A plus, A plus, A minus. They lost it. I used to think perfection was attainable because of coming from that stress. But all you do is you make a diamond. But no, nothing's perfect. But everything can be gorgeous. Everything can be great, beautiful, ever improving. That's actually what made it better. Fuck perfection. That's some bitch shit. You know what I'm saying? Perfect? Welcome to the boring life. That's what they said. The Greek gods envied humans, according to mythology. According to their mythology. Why? Because the Greek gods were perfect and were immortal, and so nothing seemed beautiful. But when everything is temporary, then beauty is just a part of life. You know, if you remember your first anything, those moments were the most intense. Your first win on a chessboard, your first kiss, your first date, your first time fucking, your first nut, your first fucking time you stubbed your toe, all of that shit. The first punch you took in the face. The first are way more vivid than the tenth or the 100th time. And a lot of times they're quite a bit more vivid than the second and third time as well. Because it's just brand new. Boom. I remember getting hit nose first from a punch from a dude, and I was like, oh shit, this is when you could die. Because you just sort of know if you get hit in that area of the square and the way that it affects your eyes and your senses, if you're like, yeah, I can't get through that, oof, it's different. Make you never want to fight again. Just getting punched in the nose for real. Oh, that was gross. Man, It's been a fucking day. What time is it? Hey guys, what time is it? I am gonna have to log out of here sort of soon. This has been a pretty non-happy podcast, I'll have to admit. And even though it's been champ season, just getting hotter and hotter like us champs do, today's been remarkably cool. So I gotta meet a gentleman for some business, sell him a t-shirt, run to the post office, do some work, some errands. But I might record. I think I'm gonna, yeah, record a podcast before I leave Oregon. So it's ready to go Monday. So hopefully, well, this will be the newest one launched. Oh, it is so not the usual tone I want to have, but this shit went deep. You know what I'm saying? And not in a good way. It wasn't like Lexi can steal into Belladonna's asshole. Yes, I watched that porno. It's my fave. But it still went deep. You know, it cut. This is my birthday. This is my Mother's Day present to my biological mom. The last one, you stupid bitch. Happy Mother's Day, you cunt. How are you still out there fucking breathing, living life just in your hatred? Yeah, the last time I seen her, it was through a CPS thing to get our custody of our brother back because the courts, when my mother and dad divorced, gave custody to my mom from my brother, even though all the kids were testifying that the shit was one way and the specialists were saying it's one way. Um, the opposite way of what we're interviewing. Uh, it's just they still gave her because at that time, especially at that time, it was super pro women. Now I heard it's a little bit more equal when it came to divorce court. Anyway, CPS got called to attention after my brother got in an incident at school, and they realized that he was being abused and at home, which my mom was mostly neglecting her, but I guess her temper and shit was starting to flare up like it always does, and she couldn't control it. I mean, she was more in control of it at that time because she knew the court system was involved that entire time he was coming up, but even then she still couldn't help but slap and hit him because I would go to like hug him sometimes and he would like put his arms up and I already knew what it meant to cover himself. And CPS realized this and then instantly gave us custody. That was the last time I saw my mom. When I saw this bitch, it was a testament to me and hopefully to anyone who's hearing this to live a life, to live a good life. When I mean a good life, I mean one that's filled with good emotions and leaving the bad ones, including anger and regret behind. Eventually, if it drives you, it drives you, but you got to learn to not dwell. Okay, that one dude who sort of fucked up the other podcast is the reason that we changed it up and was on ice for a year. My whole shit. Who ran off with the money that I'd given him when I was locked up to just safeguard and fucked up parts of my business. I don't dwell on it. I might talk about it here, but honestly, this was an overall pretty dark episode, so we're not going to ever talk about him. I don't give a fuck about him. I'm tempted to record another podcast today just so no one has to hear this, and I might. But, you know, I don't know where I was going with that shit. Oh, but when I saw her, her bone structure had changed. She had held this anger, you know, and her bone structure had changed. She had all of her hair, even though she might have been like 45 at the time, had all gone white, and she was balding in the front. Um, all related to the hate and anger she had for her ex-husband and me, and it's a testament to all of us to, like I said, live a good life, to not let those negative emotions, which will always come up, and sometimes could even be useful, to not dwell on them and allow them to murder you because they will take your life. I can't believe she's alive breaking down like that. And, there's some people out there who've had wonderful mothers taken from them, due to illness or accidents or whatever, catastrophe. But then she's allowed to walk this earth. You know, I don't know if you believe in a God. I used to heavily used to. It's one way. I mean, what I believe. I mean, he kept me alive during that time, that's for sure, and kept me sane. It was the only hope that I had. But there's been so many bad things that happened that I know for a fact that even if there's a God, even with my problems, they're not important enough for him to come down to come save me or to erase them. Like, this would just be my journey, and it's up to me to go fix it. And it's just like it's up to all of us to go fix whatever we're dealing with and not be victims. And man, this was super preachy. Thank you for fucking hanging with me this whole time. I love you. Happy Mother's Day to all you good mothers and even somewhat shitty mothers that just are meaning to do good. Happy Mother's Day to all the kids that fucking showed love to their moms, even if their moms have fucked up. And happy Mother's Day to the ones of us that don't have fucking moms or have had terrible mothers or don't know the love of a motherly woman. Happy Mother's Day, because fuck it, dude. We're still worth that shit, and none of that shit should bother you. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, the lack of fucking having a fucking mom fucked up this podcast, this episode. Never recovered from it. As soon as it was Mother's Day, we went into a dive. I never remember when it's Mother's Day, but we always go over how shitty she is one time in a podcast. Jesus Christ, I start stuttering. Anyway, I'm out of here. I love y'all so much. And next time, I promise you, we'll laugh a little bit more. Peace.